We have a committee that are fully based on looking at our sustainability. They support with our CSR charter. So back in just before COVID hit in 2020, we launched our first CSR charter, and then this year we did our review for it. And we set goals. We set objectives that we wanted to hit, and how we want to be carbon neutral, and how we've now got all of our plastic waste down to like 0 by the end of this year.
Hello everybody, my name is Cameron Roberts. I'm the Digital and Community Editor for Conference News. I'm joined by Ryan Curits-Johnson, who is the Head of PR and Marketing at DRPG. We're going to talk a little bit about sustainability and events, a little bit about the Conference News Agency Awards, and all that good stuff. How are you doing today, Ryan?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And I just want to kick things off by saying congratulations for winning the Sustainability Award at the Conference News Agency Awards. How does it feel?
Yeah, really good, and congratulations to you guys. I think one of the first in the calendars to get up and underway as a live physical awards as well. So well done on that side as well. But yeah, really good. It was great to have been highlighted.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously you're deserving winners. I mean, give me a little bit of insight on what sustainability means at DRPG. How do you kind of implement that into your events that you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it goes without saying, actually, this is not led by the top. So I think inherently, when you look at sustainability as a whole, it's, people are trying to, not preach, but, really force sometimes the idea of being sustainable, being greener. What's your environmental impact? This is very much led by the team, always has been, always will be, because the basis of it is they're the ones that deliver it. And if they aren't part of that journey, part of that, narrative and, looking at it, then it really doesn't ever flourish, and it's not led from the top downwards. Dow has always been, very focused on our environmental, and is very passionate about that as an individual. So when he then sees teams and people getting involved in it, it just excites him. And going back 10 years ago, when we were one of the first agencies to get the accreditation ISO 2012-1, and it was a lot of other numbers before, so please don't test me on those. But basically, the importance of it is that he went out to the teams and asked for them to look in their areas. So get the technical warehouse team to look at theirs, get the print team to look at theirs, the live event team, the comms team, the admin teams, and all of various things. Because regardless of whether it's a different discipline that may not be live events, film and video, it was about what is it they could do. And then we had this list of everything and how much, we could then action. We have a committee that are fully based on looking at our sustainability. They support with our CSR charter. So back in just before COVID hit in 2020, we launched our first CSR charter, and then this year we did our review for it. And we set goals. We set objectives that we wanted to hit, and how we want to be carbon neutral, and how we've now got all of our plastic waste down to like 0 by the end of this year. And then also as well having being able to look at certain things, whether it was the rolling back of the printers for our exhibition. So I think it has a bleed of, it was 10 millimeters, and just stripping that back by half, the amount of money that saved, the amount of less wastage that saved. Battery, for all the events people that are out there, we have, you always need to have full life batteries when it's lapel mics. What do you do with those batteries when they kind of only are half through? Well, what we did was we just reuse those. They get put into a bucket and they're used within the office, and then they're still being that reused in that sense. So it was just really important to look at how that was working. And we've got our solar panels that now help to run our studios in the Midlands, but it's all been led by the team of a sustainability committee. As I've mentioned, they go out. We have in August we had our sustainability. And that was just, lots of different activities that people could get involved in and, have a look at of, participating in activities, whether that was litter picking, whether that was, finding other ways in which we can reduce our wastage. And I think, just looking at everything in particular, because of the pandemic and everything that's happened, we don't want to talk about it all the time because I feel like we've all talked about it for such a long time, but it does give you an opportunity to take stock in, travel and the use of virtual meetings. Does everyone need to physically get on a train? How can we car share a little bit more? And all of those elements that are small little things that have such a huge impact. And I think that's why for us as a business at DRPG, it has taken off, because it's driven by the people, and people are not being told you must do this. And that is all credit where credit's due, is down to that, giving it back to the people to own it, rather than being told.
Awesome. I think that's a really unique approach to sustainability, because as you say, it is so often like sort of led from the top, do this, do that, etc., etc. I guess from kind of like a business side, it's obviously great to be doing sustainability initiatives, but how have your clients kind of reacted to that? Is it like a selling point for you? Do you say, okay, we do these sustainability initiatives, that's why you should, come work with us? Or are they kind of pushing you to do even more, maybe?
Yeah, I think everyone's got a bit more of a purpose now, and a conscience to the whole kind of impact that it happens. With any of our kind of venue sourcing, because of our accreditation, we have to do due diligence. So we will then provide how, eco-friendly or what this venue is like, and then that's down to the client to decide whether they want to use it or not. And that's something that we do, and clients take that on board, or they will push for that as well. But actually now I think brands and clients now have their own sort of quota that they need to hit, but not just their quota, but also to be seen to be doing good. The days of saying you're doing good against actually doing good are over now. And I think because a lot of people, not being caught out, but, being challenged on what they're doing, they have to be a bit more kind of, actively active on it, which I think is a positive. And it will take slower for others because of the whole, process and procedure that is in, no one likes change, and processes don't always flex and change to be in supporting in that way. But I think we're definitely seeing a difference in that, and people wanting to be a bit more, supportive in that sense.
Awesome. And on kind of that note of, be seen to be doing good and being rewarded for that. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, you won the Sustainability Award. I guess
Absolutely.
what does that mean for your agency? How would you use that and leverage it, and what does it mean for you personally?
Absolutely. I think firstly for the team, it means a lot because they're the ones that are driving it. And so it's that one award that really shows like this is doing good, and it's being highlighted as best practice, because at the end of the day we always use these, and that's how we always look at awards is, that's the best practice of something, it's the best event, and it's like how can you learn or look at that and kind of take some learnings from it. But also as well, it's supporting in driving a kind of spotlight onto our industry. Our industry as a whole, when you look at the events industry, gets a lot of flack. It gets a lot of, or it doesn't get any attention whatsoever. Again, time for a different chat on that one. But I think it's really important to just show really good practice, best practice, but more importantly, it allows us to really, celebrate, the fact that we've achieved this, and this is down to everybody playing a part. What was great about that award as well was we couldn't actually attend, which we were gutted, because we actually held our summer conference the day of your awards, but we live streamed to you guys, and the team was just so excited anyway to have 300 people all together in one room, which was exciting in its own right. But then to obviously have that as well, it just was like another icing on the cake. So the team are, really proud, and people talk, and to go and say that, and that cascades to clients and various different people, and I think it just helps to really cement, when you are doing good, to celebrate.
Certainly, and as someone who's in the room, it was great to see the entire team blasted up on the big.
It was, but also very difficult because obviously we didn't say anything. We was just like had organized. It was me who had organized it, and then I was having to speak with the team and go, I just need this link like prepared just for something because we're going to watch the awards. But yeah, no, it was really good to have, and everyone was thrilled. So especially the sustainability committee team, because they are the driving force. Everything needs the driver, and that they're the driving force behind it for us.
Awesome. I think that's a good point to end on everything on this. Actually, everything needs a driver. Drive from the bottom. I think that's a really good point to end on. That's all the time myself and Ryan have for today. But thank you very much, and congratulations once again, Ryan.
Thank you, Cameron. Really good to speak to you today.
And you too. For everyone watching, hope you had a great time. See you next time.